Holy moly, guys. Onvo deliveries begin today, and actually just now I saw a Onvo L60, a white Onvo L60, while I was coming back from Sam's Club. And I was just turning, it was basically just around the corner over here. Wow, crazy. And I live like two and a half hours away from the delivery center, and it's already here, guys. Absolutely nuts. So I've got several videos, clips from China to share with you guys about the Onvo L60 delivery centers, what it looks like. Very, very cool. But here are some pictures. It's being delivered all over China, all right? Every single NEO delivery center is delivering Onvo L60. They're going full blast. And of course, when you take delivery of the Founders Edition, you also get a nice certificate. You get the Founders Badge. You get a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, man, they're pumping out the cars like crazy, all right? And so the two clips that I prepared for you, one is from NEO's CEO talking about future NEO vehicles, which is very, very worth watching. And then the other one is an inside look at the delivery centers, how they're pumping out cars, delivering those cars, and a first-hand look of the Onvo L60s in the factory. But first of all, how will this impact NEO stock? Of course, we're only getting about 3 days of Onvo deliveries, and that could amount to maybe like 1,000 to 3,000. I think no more than 3,000 Onvo deliveries max, because it's only 3 days. You can't expect more than 3,000 deliveries in 3 days. That's 1,000 per day. That's kind of nuts. But it could add up to 3,000. And of course, with NEO's own deliveries at around 20,000, we could be looking at 23,000. But I'm pretty confident that this month we're still going to be at above 20,000 deliveries in total. So that means it's going to be very, very bullish looking forward. I mean, this marks the start of a new era, a new era where Onvo deliveries are just going to pump up everything. And for context, 149,000 RMB, for 149,000 RMB, 20,000 US dollars, you get an Onvo L60 and you're renting the battery. And the way Onvo's marketing it, BAS, is of course it's comparable to just filling up the gas, like a gas car. Every month you're spending money on gasoline. It's sort of comparable to that. So it is absolutely a game changer, all right? It's just way too cheap. It's way too cheap. And then on top of that, remember next year, very soon, all right, they're going to start deliveries of Firefly. That's absolutely crazy, right? Next year, all right, so next year, Q3, they're going to have the Onvo L70 being delivered. And also around that time, they're going to have the Firefly sub-brand also ready and delivering cars as well. On top of that, you have NEO's own NT 3.0 cars, luxury cars, also being delivered. So you're just going to see a slurry of new cars being bought up, being delivered, and it's just going to just push NEO's deliveries to the next level. I'm very confident that next year we're going to break the 30,000 monthly delivery barrier, and then very easily also 40,000 monthly delivery target. And possibly, I think next year maybe around next year around maybe November, December, we could be looking at 50,000 monthly deliveries for the NEO group in total. That's, of course, Onvo having 2 cars, the NEO brand having its 4 NT 3.0 cars, and, of course, the Firefly brand with its 1 or 2 cars also being delivered. So this is, of course, this marks the start of a new era. Next year is going to be the year for NEO. Mark my words, guys. Yeah. You do not want to be short this stock, guys. Anybody that's shorted in the 3s, they're burned, all right? The stock is up almost 100% from that point on, and whoever's been short, they lost 100% of their money and even a bit more. So they're in deep, deep trouble. The guys that shorted at 4, they're barely still alive. They're gonna hit the fan very soon, all right? And guys that shorted at 5, one NEO stock rally is a little bit more, maybe up to 7, 8. Those guys are going to be paying the price for sure. All right. enough of me talking. Let's roll those clips for you guys. Take a look. As always, don't forget to like this video.
Looking at our lineup from next year's ET9 onwards, our future products will cater more to business and family needs or offer more personalized options. We're moving in this direction with models like the ET5, EC6, and EC. So family-oriented models will naturally emerge like the ES.
MPV is what we've been asked about most in recent years. Bing, when will you release an MPV? If we release an MPV, I'll definitely buy it. We didn't plan for an MPV in our second-gen product lineup. We definitely missed that opportunity. Once missed, it's gone. We'll consider an MPV for our third-gen platform, but it won't be in the early stages. It'll come later in our plans. A future 300,000 plus UN MPV from our brand doesn't seem to fit our positioning in many ways. It's not very logical. If we make an MPV, it'll be high-end. Being expensive, it becomes a lower priority. That's the reasoning behind it. We'll have an MPV, but it's not our top priority now.
Hello friends, I'm Ladao Qinghua. Tomorrow, September 28th, is our nationwide delivery day. I'm now at one of our delivery centers to show you our rigorous pre-delivery inspections. Ensuring your car is in perfect condition, behind me is a standard PDI inspection line. After storage, it enters the cleaning station. Then exterior and interior inspections. Next is the functional inspection. At the front is our chassis inspection. After this standard process, the car is ready for delivery. Now, our Shanghai Center's PDI manager, Li Jiangfeng, will explain each inspection step. First is the car wash station. We use a fully automatic car wash. There are 4 steps. First is water spray. Second is foam spray. Third is rinsing the foam. Then there's a waxing treatment. Finally, a blow dry process. We're thorough in these 4 washing steps. The second stage is preparation. We thoroughly wipe down the entire vehicle, removing the factory-applied protective film. After this stage, we enter the formal inspection process. There are 3 double-frame stations. We can process 6 cars every half hour. That's 12 cars per hour at peak times. We can reach 200 cars per day. Exterior, interior, and vehicle systems are the 3 main inspection areas. In these 3 main stages, we check about 200 items in total, 200 items to inspect 200 items. We have a standard 200-point checklist. It's now integrated into our mobile system. Each item is confirmed individually. If there's an issue, we record it in the system, understood? So in this inspection corridor, it's hard to hide any exterior flaws. So under this light gallery, all the paint surfaces and all the finishes are very clearly visible. If there's any damage, it can be seen very clearly. We ensure no flaws remain. A perfect vehicle is delivered to the user. The last step is checking the chassis. When we check the chassis, it's relatively simple. We inspect the chassis mainly for battery pack bumps and damage. We check for safety issues. This is our workspace for chassis inspection. It's a bit cramped. Yes, it is, but you can see the entire chassis clearly. It's very clear within our inspection range. For electric cars, this step now, besides front and rear. Plates and chassis guard plates. The battery barely needs checking. It's designed for easy swapping. Each swap is like a checkup, right? That's our whole PDI process for today. Let's look at the prepared vehicles after washing, exterior, interior functions. Chassis, after 200 plus thorough PDI checks, the car's ready for delivery. These cars will be parked in storage, waiting for owners to take them home.